course of us like Meladlal right back. We understand that, we see that, and it's necessary. However, experience virtual reality. Admin KV Sport, link on the description down below. Welcome to Kosi Nation Fan TV. If you're here for the first time in this channel, we speak everything Kaizer Chiefs, previewing and reviewing matches. So if you're interested in that kind of content, please subscribe and also like this video so that YouTube can spread it to more people like you. Last but not least, let me know what you think about what I'm about to say down on the comment section below. What's your score prediction? What's your starting lineup if you're Arthur Zwane? Let me know down on the comment section below. Ooh, this game is going to be huge. This game is going to be huge for Chiefs for two reasons. Because we need a win after that win against Marumo Gallants. But at the same time, if we beat Sundowns, it's going to be a confidence booster, and it's also going to improve Arthur's CV in terms of the teams that he has beat, the teams that he has played against, because we saw him last season playing against huge teams in Africa, and then he won, he beat them, and he was able to defend in the second leg against Abo Simba, against Wydad Casablanca. And now again, if he beats Sundowns after the slump and the poor run of form that we've had, it's just going to be huge for him, and it could also boost the chances of him getting this job. And also for the players, it will just renew that faith in them. Uguti, as we go to the next season, players are now not just fighting for something that can happen this season, because if we're being honest, look at the season, there's nothing really left for Chiefs. The best we can do right now is number 3. That's the best we can do. Because Cape Town City are not slowing down, Royal AM is not slowing down, and then Sundowns has already won. So that means number 3 is the only position that we can reach. And really, it's not realistic. So the only thing that's left for Chiefs players now to do is to prove themselves, is to say, if Arthur continues being a coach next season, is to just say, coach, I'm here, please pick me, I'm going to prove to you that I'm worth playing in this team. Or to say, if there's a coach who's coming next season, here's my hand, look at my performances, I'm good enough for this team, I'm good enough for the project, and I'm good enough going forward to be something, to be a resource, to be useful to the team. There's been a lot of noise when it comes to Chiefs and how they've been playing and this and that, but people forget Uguti Zwane has not had a full week, like a single full week where he says, okay, let's work on this, let's implement this, let's practice this consistently. He hasn't had that. First game, he had 1 day to prepare for. The second game, the players had to travel, and then they had to recover, then start training for the game that followed. And then they traveled again to KwaZulu-Natal to play against Golden Arrows, and then again went back, played against Cape Town City, but also there was just 1 full day to practice. The other one is for recovery. So when people are making noises about Tuguti, hey, Zwane is not winning, or Zwane is not good enough to be coach, you forget Tuguti, even the best coaches, if they didn't have a preseason, it does not help them, because coaches need to know abadlali and to teach them a system yabo. Now the argument will obviously be, no, Zwane has already had his time, he knows these players. Yeah, he knows those players, but not as the main coach. As an assistant coach, he wasn't the head coach, he was the assistant coach even last year, under Hunt, even under Baxter, as he's just been fired. So I feel like Sam Uba too much. We want everything, we want to win. But that's the reason why we've gone 8 years, so 8 years Makala the following season without winning anything. Because we're on this constant panic mode. Uguti, we need to win now, we need to win now, we need to win. And of course we need to win. But the most important thing, njengamanje, is sustainability, is culture, philosophy, and ukuthi lokho kuhlale kwenzeke consistently over the years. Kungabi ukuthi uZwane played 4 matches or played 3 matches and he lost 3 matches and now he must be sacked. Give him time, you understand. And now vele abantu babhizi bakhuluma, abanye you can even see ukuthi some people don't even understand ibhola, bavele nje bakhulume without knowing ukuthi akekho nje umuntu ongafika ukuthi okay, this is how we play high press. You understand? Because even if you look at big teams, abo Bayern Munich, mabedlala high press, bedlala no PSG final, I think leyango 2020, yeah, kwakune COVID. I watched that final and kwakudlala PSG idlala ne Bayern. And the Bayern was just suffocating PSG so much. And I'm like, wow, this team is so organized. And that did not take Hansi Flick 1 month to implement or 20 days to implement. That took him iskati. And the Bayern gave him time to do that, to implement that, and then eventually ended up winning the Champions League. Same thing with the club from 2016 efika Liverpool. Kuyaqhubeka until now. You are born with each and every year there is improvement in how they press. Bayazi ukuthi singadlala kwi halfway line because sithembe ipace ka Van Dijk. Sithembe ukuthi if the teams are trying to kick the ball out, we have someone who's going to come and win aerial balls, and then like Sweeney they're going to win second balls, and then we'll start attacking them again. Hayi ku-Chiefs thina sifuna ukuthi bakwenze lento just after 3 training sessions. It's ridiculous. But going back ke manje to the match itself, ukuthi how big it's gonna be for Zwane, it's obviously gonna be huge. And what I like about Zwane, just after talking about lento leyo ukuthi abalandeli should stop being too forward, we've seen ukuthi Zwane is decisive. We've seen it on the previous match. I thought Peterson was going to come back, but Zwane made it a decisive thing, which was keeping Peterson out, because like we were conceding out of 4 goals, out of 5 goals, you know, ama mistakes out 3 below 5 goals were goalkeeper's mistake. You like, how does it happen ngampela? How does it happen when you're consistently going to make mistakes? But Zwane being a decisive coach, they saw okay, he's been costing us consistently over 3 games. Now it's time to perhaps put him on the side. And we are born that thing is going to help us as a team going forward. But in case of Peterson, he was given that chance. Okay, you made a questionable mistake against Stellenbosch. We're going to bring you back against Arrows. Now you're making a clear mistake against Arrows. Let's just give you one more chance against Cape Town City, which they did. But then against Cape Town City made another mistake. Now, I was like, maybe they could play him, maybe they wouldn't play him. But I think Vumavele is here to stay and he's going to play tomorrow, in my opinion. And right back is where people are saying, hey, Frosla got right back. Of course, Frosla got right back. We understand that, we see that, and it's necessary. However, the reason why Frosla is still playing left back is because Umabili saw the alternative. He hasn't played the entire season. And now ucabange mangathi Umabili so bamqhamukisa sebezomdlalisa kusasa. Manje sekuzomela bako Themba Zwane, sekuzomela Khupane no Sirino game yonke, kade engadlala isizini yonke. And then mayisedlisa, people will turn on him and say, "How udlaliselweni lo muntu?" So zonke lezinto that go into selecting the squad are not just based on how good the player is, but it's also how much of game time have they had. Because you can't just bring back a person on such a big game. They might, but I don't see it as a very wise thing to do. So that's why you might end up seeing tomorrow Uplom still playing right back, and then Frosla still playing left back. Now, I will say, Uguti, all things considered, I still don't understand Indaba Mpahlele and playing as a centre back, because it seems like I understand and bahlezi ngathi bayabanga manje no ngezana, because there was a time when we were playing Galants during the week la Mpahlele was supposed to take a free kick on, and then walokhu engabazi lokho ebhekale until ungezana just kick the ball, and then wabona vele ukuthi ngathi there is kunophiqhiqhi. And that happens because ngathi even babe defender Mpahlele is not sure ukuthi kumele abe kuphi, and that happens vele because he's playing as a centre back. Lo muntu sedlale as a right back for career yakhe yonke, and manje now that since Indaba kaHanti baqala bomdlalisa as a third centre back, and manje sebemdlalisa as an outright centre back, kudlala ama centre back awu2 kwi back 4. So you see ukuthi maybe le nto leyo abagcina bemdlalisela yona ukuthi uKhadoso uyazidlisa, uMathoho vele is out nje indaba yakhe, and then uNgcobo bekusena le issue yakhe, and then nokuthi ke kune experience ke mhlambe sebethembela lokho ukuthi you also need cool and calm heads in big matches like lo sodlala neSundowns. And during this period as well, that we're in as a team. Kubeka going to midfield, you ask ukuthi what might happen, and I see eswini vele uNange coming back, which I don't mind seeing uNange coming back, because to be honest, uNange, you know, in the previous videos, if you've been watching this channel for a long time, ukuthi I have been critical of uNange, but since uZwane came in, I've seen some positive signs ngayo ukuthi okay, izinto azenzayo manje ukuphasa ibhola uyakwazi nokuthi sithembele kuye defensively, and going forward when we are pressing, I saw him when we changed the system against iGallants, because iGallants was just playing through us for fun, and then what ended up happening ukuthi sasigcine sesipressa nge4, kwaxepuka yena uNange from midfield azo-eda la kuDolly, uCastro no Billiat phambili, and then bapresse bese kupress i-front four, and in that way sasesiqala sesibasuffocate bengasakwazi ukudlala freely. So uNange, I can see him coming back, and because iSundowns will have much of the ball, I also see uCole starting the game yakusasa. Ningangibuki kabi, I just see, because uCole, when it comes to ukuthi how long will he play, I don't think vele he can play the entire match, but what I do see is I see him playing alongside uNange. And then the third person kuleo trio leyo, I see between uParker and Baccus. Now uBaccus, we've not been told nge situation yakhe with his injury, and uParker, he might play because angadlala le role kaBaccus ukuthi azame ukuphasa ibhola and keeping the ball, which kwi-Kaizer Chiefs vele there is no one who keeps the ball and who can spread the ball and pass the ball around like uBaccus. But if there's still an injury issue with Baccus, I see Parker starting, because also into ebizolandela ukuthi why uHadebe is not playing. And uHadebe, if we're being honest, since uZwane took over, he hasn't really performed in his best, and as a result ngathi kwi-packing order usezogcina sehlehla vele. So yeah, kuzoba nzima, because I don't see intwana idlala much kusasa. I don't see them playing. So Nange, Cole and Parker, or Nange, Cole and Baccus. Now this is not me saying these are the players that I would play, but this is me saying these are the players that I foresee playing. And then with front three, I really don't want to see Castro playing. I don't hate the player, I just said it, I've said it over and over again. His play is one-dimensional. Give him the balls, phezulu, uzowe header phansi, but besides that, ayikho into azokunikeza yona, and ngathi uyasinda, because against a team like Sundowns abazobe bephethe ibhola all the time, you need a person like uSekhotha, ngisho ngathi udlala uBale, uBilliat as a false nine. You need uSekhotha ozorana in behind kuma transition, because that's the only hope that we have against the Sundowns. Ukuthi we just hit them on one counter, we score a goal. What's more important to me tomorrow is winning. Of course, nendlela ezidlala ngayo is important, but i-game enjengale Sundowns is for confidence. Ukuthi we need our confidence back, we need our mojo back, we need to say, you know what, we've played against the biggest team right now in South Africa, the champions. Oh dear, so banikeza guard of honor, and we won. And from there, indaba confidence will just keep on building up in the matches that will follow. And vele ke phambili ke, I still see ukuthi uCastro, they might play him, bamdlale no Dolly, no Billiat. Although it's not really something that I would want to see, but for some reasons I see like the coaches are sticking with him for whatever reason. Sizobona. What do you guys think will happen? What would your starting lineup be if you were Zwane? You know, manje ke shone yakho vele ngiyazi abanye bathi akudlala ni 442 because I don't know, for whatever reason. Just let me know down on the comment section. Iyiphi formation ongayidlala, iyiphi system ongayidlala, and who would you play? Let me know down on the comment section below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. In this channel, we speak everything Kaizer Chiefs. We preview and we review Kaizer Chiefs matches. And until next time, remember, equals Alpelum.